Hey everybody, G-Force41 here with another PGA Tour 2K25 golf course playthrough video. This is, you guessed it, the Viking, bbusbri08. Brian is back and he is amazing. If you haven't seen his courses before, please check him out. There's a whole host of them out there, and he builds these amazing fantasy courses with these incredible sculptures, these rock sculptures you see in front of you. So this is the Viking. I'm going to actually hit a ball and then kind of turn around so you can see these statues from the other side. But this is Casual's Golf Course Fantasy Preview. We do one fantasy course per season. We have 10-week seasons and three events a week. And week 5, we traditionally do a fantasy course Monday and Tuesday. And that's going to be week 6 this week. So that's next week. Today is the 18th, so 19, 20, 21, 22. So Monday, March 22nd, if you're watching this video before then, we will have a 2-day tournament playing the Viking. But let's get right to the golf. He builds an amazing course, very scenic, great planting, and these crazy good sculptures. So I'm going downhill 88 feet. Wind is, wind's medium and east, I believe. I'm playing the back tees. Hole location 1. We are going to kick a field goal through the 2 Vikings. Looks like the Swiss team. Look at those sculptures. Unbelievable. Statue sculptures. I'm not sure what he exactly refers to them as, but just amazing stuff. So hang on a second. We're going to go back and take a look at the instant replay so we get a closer look at those. All right, I'm back. Look at this. I did the replay function because I'm on PlayStation, folks. I don't have the PC Eagle Eye Cam or whatever you guys call it. Look at this. Not only is it rockwork, but it's like, seriously, it's got the beard, the face mask, the hair. Unbelievable. Just look, I don't have the patience for this. I don't know how he does it because there's more than just this set of sculptures on any of his courses. So he's got amazing other courses: the Samurai, the Outlaw, the Odyssey we've played, which is kind of a tribute to the Greek mythology. So all right, so let's get back to the golf. But that is just great stuff, and that has got to take so long and so hard as a designer to pull off that scale. And get it just right. My gosh, hats off to him. Great stuff. All right, back to playing some golf here. The greens are reasonable. They got waterfalls over here. You got that beautiful house behind there. You got water on each side. So I'm not gonna, since a fantasy course, I'm gonna go a little bit lighter on the golf course design element of it. I usually talk about the design a lot, the strategy, and I do quick tips where I critique the courses for the newer designers to try to give them some sound advice to make the courses better. But we'll talk about design a little bit here. Smooth, flowing green. Just missed. Rolling at 186. A little speedy, but not too speedy. Casuals will probably ramp that down for you. So we believe in casual friendly golf, as we call it. Look at this. Great camera work, too. Nice and slow and steady. Just like I tell you, look at the trees. Those are the newer assets, the newer trees. I'm using those as well. Right now, I have a work in progress. I'll tell you about in a little bit. Downhill. And we're bending around just a little bit. So, yeah, you can see, he shows off his work well. We talk in quick tips a lot about newer designers don't show off their work, right? You see there's a tee box here and the other tee box is somewhere else. But you can see down to the fairway. Lots of folks that are new to this completely goof this up all the time, and it's so simple. We talk about it constantly. Hopefully that will get a kick to the left. Oh, don't kick me out of play into the rough. So big elevation changes. Waterfalls, houses. Look at that little shack over there. We'll try to take a look at this stuff as we go. I want to keep it going, but he adds... Oh, there we go. We got a little farm going. So all sorts of stuff in here. Keep you interested. Keep it interesting. Keep you interested. And we got the wind. Come on, roll up there. That could trickle on nice. Look at this. Oh, stop. Stop, it's going to be too much. Look at this work behind me. Look at the planting. The rocks. Just crazy good. And it just takes so much time. Oh, come on, Gare. Time and effort to do these things right and in such great quantities as he does. Get up there. Should have invoked the lag putting. I don't use that much. I have it, but I barely use it. Get in there. Oh, man. Thought that was in. All right, look at the Viking ship. Look at this. I mean, so good with the shields, the oars, perfectly placed. Look at this dock. That is so good. Again, you can see how he uses the tee boxes effectively. You can see in front of you, the other tee boxes below. We've got a giant Viking helmet here. And you can see down to the fairway, there's planting that adds to the ambiance, but does not block the shot completely. Okay. And then let's turn around. There's the helmet. And we're going to bounding down. Again, another 89-foot decline. Whoops. With the wind, I'm just going to play it safe here because I've been getting burned. I didn't want to bound down. See what I mean? If I hit driver, I would have been off the side of this thing. It's par 5. I'm going to have plenty of room in here. And we'll take a look. What is that over there? Awesome stuff. But rocks, planting. Look at this skull. Jeez, look at this guy. Amazing. Amazing stuff. Look at that scene. Great stuff. All right. So, where did that wind up? In the red stuff. In the bushes. We are gonna, it's in sand. All right, I'm gonna splash that out. There we go. Oh, came out hot. Not sure if that's supposed to be some little graveyard thing over there. Beautiful waterwork. The waterways and the shoreline is really nice. Little tap in. Moving right along at 3 over. And we've got a beautiful Viking horn. Unbelievable. To a par 3 is kind of a peninsula green here. 1, I'm into the wind, so I got to add. It's down 21, but 11 in. Going to lower it a little bit. But notice how he works everything in. It blends beautifully. He's taking advantage of the terrain painting, as we'll find out right here. That's the sand I was in before. And again, you don't need to do bunkers all over the place. You've got this lovely terrain painting now in the new version of the game, which is no longer new, I guess. It's over a year old. But we didn't have that at our disposal over the years. You had to use regular bunkering, and it looked ridiculous. Because you only had the one shade of bunkering, too. So now you could change the shade of that sand and then have your bunkers be their own shade. Gives you some versatility. There you see the terrain painting along the sides, under the trees. All you aspiring designers, look at this scene off the tee. Almost Arctic Fury-like, I dare I say. So scenic and so colorful. and it works, right? It's, to me as a designer, it's really hard to work in the colors without looking ridiculous and having colors all over the place and not really blend and work. But he's got those subtle hues of red in the bushes in front of you and the golden yellows, and then, you know, the more subtle red off to the side. And it's not, you know, overly in your face, but it's just bright and vibrant. Amazing job. So we've got a well-placed bunker here. With the wind at my back, that would be a no-brainer heroic carry. And so now I've got to go 3-wood again. Get in there, because I don't want that forced carry out of the rough. Lay up just short of the bunker. A little strategery. I mean, just look at this rock work up here. Just to do that, it's just takes so much time and patience, for which I don't have. All right, so we got the wind in the face here. 179. It's basically flat, a little downhill lie, side hill. We're going to try a little bit of a choked approach. See how that works. Look at the ships over there. Ooh, we just snuck it in. How do you like that? There you go. Now I'm playing. Hey, take that. I guess my goal is to be par here, which I don't know that I'll do. It's just a lot of elevation changes, a little craziness. Beautiful scene here, right off the tee. Now, again, I say show off your work all the time. You can say, Gary, you can't see the fairway. That's fine. I mean, this is, you can have a blindish tee shot that's not completely intrusive, right? You can see right in front of you. There's nothing there but water and then some grasses and then some rocks blocking the fairway a little bit. I think that's intentional here. It's just a beautiful view. This is a tough tee shot. I don't know. That's kind of a crosswind. I'm going to try that. I'm going to do the choked tee shot and hope the wind helps me out and those swales and the fairway work in my favor. Go back the other way. Come on. Come on. There you go. Well positioned. Beautiful green. See the sand, the bunkering there. A little bit of grass around them. I like to do that, but I don't put grass up here in front of the green usually. That just is distracting if you're in a bunker trying to hit into the green. But just nice subtle touches. Nice subtle planting. Doesn't overplant. I'm guilty of overplanting a lot. One simple stone behind the green. Really great stuff. So yeah, we started the fantasy course once a season back in the PGA Tour 2K23 days towards the end. I think the last few seasons we had it in there, and so we keep it in there. We're not a fantasy type, not a fantasy course type club, but we know some of these are really good and fun. And, you know, hey, look, it's for fun, right? We do all those. It's a golf game. We have some fun. Some of them get a little ridiculous and tedious. So that's why, you know, you play 2 rounds and you're out once every 10 weeks. This one I could play all day. I mean, this is magnificent. But some of these fantasy courses get a little silly. And they're great for 5 or 6 holes and then blah. His work is just outstanding, start to finish. And then we have the hammer of the mighty Thor. Look how good that is. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? My God. I'm a big Marvel fan from my youth. Which is way before the movies, folks. Real comic books. Used to have them get them in the store, and when I started getting them, they were 40 cents each. So that will date you a little bit. So 40 cents was about what they were going for when I was a kid and started reading comics. The Avengers were my favorite. Loved Cap, Iron Man, Thor, and the Vision. I always thought the Vision was the coolest thing. Just a very unique, bizarre character. Get in. Marvel is always good at, you know, kind of keeping that continuity and the stories, and there was always a backstory I didn't know about, right, from the other episodes. And now the Avengers had been out, I don't know, 15, 20 years when I started reading them. Just before issue 200, somewhere around 180, 190. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at that cross. How great is that? I mean, I wouldn't even think to do something like that, much less pull it off. I gotta go over there. How amazing is that? I don't even know what he's using. I don't even know what that is, but look how good that is. And symmetric, like, it just the symmetry there. And the scale and the side, just awesome. Just great stuff. Really cool. Nice little touch with the house right here. And of course, you know, you'd think one of those is enough per tee shot, but you've got, not only got the post with the cross, you've got the bales of hay, the picnic tables. I mean, just really cool stuff. The barrels. I'd assume something stronger than water's in those barrels. And then you've got the... Are those more sculptures in the distance or just rocks? Can't tell from here. Get over that. I'm going to get stuck. Ugh. It's a challenging course, too. There's a lot of elevation changes and interesting things. So he makes the course incredibly interesting as well. That's actually a pretty good lie. And we're going to make sure it gets there. Gets around the corner. Oh. Actually, that's going to be a little too much and into the bunker. Here's another dock. Just great stuff. Just look, I'm just looking around to the side. Look all the way around to the side just to put that amount of work off to the left side, where most people would say, nobody's going to be looking there. I'm not going to bother. Get up there. Hey-yo. And a little kick-in bird on the par 5. There we go. Look at that torch thing there. Pretty cool. I mean, this is kind of crazy. You got to pick up something different every time you play it. Unbelievable. Way down. Back up. And there's a fence well done. Now, you'll see in an upcoming Quick Tips episode, the fence work is a little suspect. That's a pretty good safety fence right there. As you know, with these fantasy courses, you're going to get these huge cliffs and valleys and places where you, heavens forbid, lost your balance. You might fall to your untimely death on a golf course. So we don't really want that. As designers, put in a fence. Of course, there's plenty of room to go around the side of those fences. Let's see. Let's just run one down there. Turn in. It's a little too hot. Didn't take the break. Could have been because it was too hot. And he does sneak it in there for the par. 38 on the front. The double on 2 didn't help things a whole lot. See those newer trees? They're much more realistic. We're passing it right there. The actual trunk has just a different shade. It's just kind of a deeper amber shade, and that kind of goes with the planting. So you see what I mean? The trees and the amber planting match up beautifully. Which gives me an idea for my course. I'm gonna throw this down there. Oh no. Get. Nope. Wow. So that was rock I hit off of, and I don't think back on a line's gonna work. It's too steep for the lateral drop. Yeah. Is there anything back here? Oh yeah, I can go right here. It's not a hazard. Oh. Oh wait, I'm still down there. Get up here. Hey. There we go. Again, I talk about that in real life, everybody. Make sure you know the rules to help yourself as much as anything. Red stakes are your friends. You have all the options. Yellow stakes, not always your friends because you don't have all the options. You don't have the 2 club lengths. You can always re-hit, and you can always go back on a line. And that line is from the point of where the ball enters the hazard to the hole. And you can go backwards from basically the hole to that point and keep going back on a straight line. And that's it. Lateral hazard, you have the 2 club lengths because it's lateral. You can't really go back. Just think of a lake or a river on the side of a hole. It's kind of easy, and people mess it up all the time. Even my real life golf club, we play by the real rules. We play the ball down. People come out there, they've been playing golf 20, 30 years, they're 40, 50 years old, and they have no idea. None. And it gets a little wootsy sometimes because it is not buddy golf. And, you know, you kind of get the guys with the attitude, oh, I know how to play golf, don't tell me how to play golf. And no, you don't know how to play golf for real with real rules. Just great movement on the fairways. Greens are challenging but reasonable. Different, unique shapes. And stop. Drop a putt, will you? Nope. Another bogue takes me to 4 over. I don't think I'm going to hit par, but got a few holes to work some magic. The water is just spectacular as well. But you see how he mixes up the tee boxes? Keeps the tee box out of the way. You know, too many of you new designers just have the one big long tee box, and it would be blocking this beautiful view with another warrior up there. This dude's got an axe. So we're going to, let's see, we've got the wind 10 into our face, but 44 down. Let's see what happens if we go over here. And I got a club twirl from Cyberjack. Get up there. Is that going to work? It is indeed going to work. Did I come up just short? Just short. But that should get it. Oh, that would have been sweet. Another kick-in bird. We'll take that one. All right, I needed that. That's a cool view. Clever camera work here. All right, another par 3, showing off your work. You can see the entire green. It's another, well, this is kind of an island green, right? Yep. It's an island green. Look at the ship off in the distance there and the dock. And you got a castle going on up there. So he's using these assets to he's full ability. There's another ship off in the distance there. Unbelievable. 9. I'm going to draw it in there a little bit. Hopefully the wind tames that a little too much. We'll take it. Pin high. Look at that work. Just amazing. The shields on the ship. Ah. Bad putt. It's easy to lose your concentration. Looking at all the scenery. Oh, he blew it. That should have been an easy par. Terrible job of putting. Look at that. Great stuff. Great ideas on the camera views as well. So we're going way down again. The wind, I feel like the wind's been in my face constantly. 125. I'm not used to calculating these big differences. That is a long way down. 10 in your face. Yeah, pulled it too. It's alright. Yeah, it's par 5. It would have been nice, but without the wind in our favor, turns it into a 3-shotter. We're going to play it safe. Beautiful contours once again. And we have just got to stick a wedge up there. Come on now. Come back. It just stopped. It didn't come back at all. Downhill 8 feet. That should be no problem. And it's in. Alright, got one back. Got another par 5 here. If I can do something spectacular on this one, come up with an eagle, I might have a shot at par. 58 down. Again, the wind is not working for us here. That's got plenty of room. That is going to be just right. I mean, he just nails it every time. The textures are just right. The courses are very interesting as well. So this is 220, 36 down. The question is... you know what? With that downhill, that bunker there is going to be a pain, huh? What's going to happen here? Just enough. Yeah, that was dicey, because that was a pretty funky lie. Oh, stay up. Stay up. Come on. Come on. There it goes. Alright. This is why we have the flop. Can do a spinner maybe even too. Oh, just do a traditional flop right here. Oh, pushed it. Terrible. Cyberjack is not happy, nor should he be. But that's actually a fairly straight putt. Dead center. Take that. And it's replay time. No thanks on the replay. There you see a beautiful fall. Alright. We are on 16. 2 over. Can he chase that par? 3 holes left. Oh boy. This seriously pinches, but we've got the wind. So, give this one a ride. Oh, stay up. There you go. 295, 28 up. I'm getting all serious here. I'm getting quiet. And there you see some standard bunkers around the green. So he's mixed up those bunkers very nicely. Cool stairwell, stair work. There we go. Ooh, we are on the trail of par. We are now 1 over. We've got 2 holes to go. Can the G-Man pull it off? We'll see. All right. 73 down. Going 1 down. Did I pull that? Really? Look at that. That's not that far off. Man. Cool tree back there. Turn a little more. Nope. Nope. Bad read. Strike that one firm. All right. 1 over going into 18. Again, very pretty scene. Another cross there. Amazing. And so you can see this is just only a partially obscured view. So yeah, you can add some ambiance by putting something in your view. You don't have to have a completely open view every time. I'm not saying that when I criticize folks on quick tips, but you can just tell what the newer designers don't think of these things. All right, 90 down. Just lay that out there. Big hop, get up that hill. 350. Nice. This is a par 4. 214, finishing it down. We're going to do this. Very pretty. A tame finish after all that. That's going to be all right. All right. Nice. Oh, this is very doable. This is barely moving. He's got a shot at it. Here we go. Did he get it? It's in. Hey, he gets it back to even. So, look at that. Are you kidding? Amazing stuff. The Viking, bbusbri08. Brian has outdone himself yet again. Amazing stuff. If you're looking at this weekend, the weekend of the 19th, I think it is, March 19th, well, I should say 20th, 21st, 22nd, look for it next week on Casuals Golf Club. And it will be the Fantasy Challenge, the fantasy course of the season. We are delighted to have you on Casuals Golf. If you haven't tried it out, check it out. One of the longest running and most successful golf societies in franchise history. So that is all for today, for now, for the golf. If you haven't checked out my real life podcast, please do so. Your Customer Success. It is available on all audio platforms, and it's right here on YouTube. There's a link right below on this YouTube channel to Your Customer Success. Y'all must make some money somehow to play all your golf. Check it out. It's great stuff. My guests are wonderful. So that's all for today, folks. We'll be back real soon with more quick tips, more playthroughs, maybe even a bunker video. That's it for today. Bye for now. Bye-bye.